Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays for this, the 11th day of October 2022. Despite several last-minute technical challenges, I believe things are actually functional currently. Let's see. No, I don't want the computer to start talking to me. That would not be helpful. But I think possibly it is the audio and video are functioning on both the YouTube and Facebook. Here's hoping. Yes, so as I mentioned in the... Hey, thank you, Margot. I appreciate that you're letting me know that the audio and video are functioning. They were not doing that just a moment ago. So we'll see how long this hangs out. So in just a little bit, we will play a round of the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. The way that works, as Margot and Beth already know, but other folks watching might not, so I will recap just in case. People who are live online with us will give me a song request, and then I will have to respond to that request regardless of whether I know the song. If someone requests a song that I do know, I will play it to the best of my recollection. If someone requests a song that I sort of know, like other people have played it and I've seen them or heard them, and I'm familiar with the song at least a little bit, I will then attempt to figure out how to play the song here in front of everyone. If I do not recognize the requested song at all, I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. Oh, Beth says she's not sure if the quality is up to standard. Ooh, well that's not great. All right, well, here we go. Let's see. I think the loudness is where it's supposed to be. Every time I plug things in slightly different to the computer's like, nope, I've never seen this piece of equipment before. And I've got to do all the settings all over again. If you can let me know in what manner it sounds like it's not working, that may help to diagnose what's going on. But I don't think that there's much in the... Here, let me look at this again. No, let me look at that. Let's see. Yes, that's okay. So it should all the settings that I can see all the settings I can see, it appears that things are about usual, but I did not have time to actually sound check anything because everything stopped working right as I was supposed to go online. So before we get into it, let's find out. Beth has a more finely tuned ear, not surprising since she's a musician. Yes, let's see. So the key question is whether there's going to be something weird happening that would prevent singing and stuff with the guitar from sounding even halfway decent. So let's see, I had a cable here somewhere. It seems fuzzier than usual. Well, I think it could be the headphones, but I will find out afterwards, unfortunately. Let's see, if I were to do... I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Maybe give me insight between black and white. The best thing you've ever done for me. Help me take my life less seriously. It's only life after all, yeah. How does that sound? If it sounds terrible, and like the voice and the guitar are clipping out, like the audio is trying to no, that doesn't sound like a human voice, we need to remove that from the system. That would be an important thing to let me know, because then the rest of the webcast is going to be pretty crummy. If that sounds like there's a noise gate, it does sound like there's a noise gate. All right, let me see if I can slow the song fragment. There isn't any kind of a noise gate on, but there should be a limiter to make sure I'm not going too loud. Let's see. Let me just... And there's a compressor on as well. I wonder if there's a way I can just, temporarily turn them off without resetting everything. No. No, there's not. All right, well, and off with the compressor, off with the limiter, and let's try another verse of that and see how that sounds. How's the second verse go? Oh yeah. Darkness has a hunger that's insatiable, and lightness has a call that's hard to hear. I wrap my fears around me like a blanket, sailed my ship of safety till I sank it. I'm crawling on your shores. Any better? I hope so, because I can't really get it any better than that. So I'm going to listen to this afterwards and be very, very disappointed in the sound quality. Is what we're learning at the moment. But the sounded good. Probably will sound even better with the vent fan on the stove turned off. All right. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. There definitely have been shows, but I ran out of time to do. I think it's marginally better. Oh, good. Thank you. Marginally better. That is the standard for today. Yes, this is the danger of not having time to sound check when any aspect of the technical setup has suddenly changed. It's definitely not clipping. Okay, all right, so I will continue to mess with that maybe for next week's show. We'll see. But in any case, if it does in fact sound terrible in the recording afterwards, I definitely will be messing with that. And if it sounds halfway decent, then I will probably leave it as it is, to be entirely honest. Also, hello Jane. Thank you for joining us. So in any case, enough dilly-dallying, but thank you very much to Beth for the live online sound check, as we can try to figure out how to get things to work a little better. So Beth and I have been working on things to perform together as a duo, as Duck Duck Beth, and I've been kind of rolling along with that. I was going to roll along with that for this week, and then I was supposed to talk with her last night about, hey, what are some things, what are other ones on the list that I haven't learned yet, and also I didn't have time to learn any new songs. What I did instead this time was working very, very minimally on a song that I used to play on a somewhat regular basis, and that I had suggested that we do as a duo. It has a lovely second vocal part, which of course I am not able to do here in front of anyone. The song is by Damien Rice. He was a singer-songwriter out of Ireland in the early aughts. I believe this song was on an album that came out in 2002, I think. And the second vocal part, I believe, is by a singer named Lisa Hannigan, who was part of the band, and they did a lot of cool stuff together, and then things got weird. But in any case, the song is called Volcano. I like it. Oh, Beth loves Damien Rice. Excellent. Well, I can't sing two vocal parts at once. If I had the looper set up correctly, I could, but I don't. And not for this song anyway. So the song is called Volcano. I believe when I had included this one on a list to send to Beth, she reacted with an emoji, but I don't think we ever talked about it. So I'm not 100% sure how she actually feels about this song, although I think she liked it. Here's hoping. What we're going to hear today is some approximation of how I used to play this when I was on my own, and then, Beth and I will continue to work on how we might sing it together. In any case, this is an attempt at Volcano by Damien Rice. Don't hold yourself like that. You'll hurt your knees. I kissed your mouth and back. That's all I need. Don't build your world around volcanoes melt you down. What I am to you is not real. What I am to you, you do not need. What I am to you is not what you mean to me. Give me miles, miles of mountains, and I ask for the sea. Don't throw yourself like that in front of me. I kiss your mouth and back. Is that all you need? Don't drag my love around. Volcanoes melt you down. What I am to you is not real. What I am to you, you do not need. What I am to you is not what you mean to me. Give me miles, miles of mountain, and I ask for is what I give to you. This is what I'm going through. Oh, this is nothing new. No, no, just another phase. Finding out what I really need is what makes me bleed. No, it's like a new disease. Lord, she's still too young to treat. Still too young. Still too young. Still too young. Still too young. You is not real. Still too young. You do not need. Still too young. You is not real. Still too young. You do not need. Still too young. I kissed your mouth. It's still too young. I kissed your mouth. It's still too young. I kissed your mouth. It's still too young. I kissed your mouth. You do not need me. Not bad, especially considering that there was minimal rehearsal involved in that. Hey, wonderful. Oh, so Beth has been listening to it and she's into the groove. Very, very cool. And I got some heart emojis. So yay, wonderful. Yes, the vocal parts, how they go back and forth on the original, and there's also what I think is called the official video, which is definitely a different recording from the studio recording. The studio recording has like lots of layered vocals there at the end. The music video is Damien Rice on guitar and vocals, Lisa Hannigan on vocals, and another young woman on cello. It's just cello and guitar for the instrumentation, and just the two voices. And there's a camera that's rolling around on a track around them as they're playing. And it is also very cool. So it's a little bit more stripped down than the studio version, but the way that the vocals overlap and intersect, so that Lisa does the second verse and Damien does the first verse. They swap vocal parts between the first chorus and the second chorus. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I can tell you right now that I will not be getting around to posting links, but definitely once we're done this live stream, you should go look that up because it's very cool. No, Beth does not play cello. That is okay. There is a little cello riff, or riff that plays through the song. There's another version of the two of them doing it with Lisa Hannigan and Damien Rice. I think an older clip where she sings with a part that's played by the cello in the music video. I thought about trying to make that work with harmonica. I believe I could not find the note that I needed on the harmonica, so I may not have the right key of harmonica for that one. But in any case, so yay, there you go. Interestingly, Damien Rice doesn't seem to be doing much currently. I did look briefly on the official Damien Rice website before getting into this. There are no upcoming shows listed. And the most recent post on the homepage is from April of 2021. So I hope he's okay. It looks like Lisa Hannigan hasn't been doing quite as much musically recently either, but I believe I saw on like Wikipedia or whatever that she's married and has a kid. So that could be she's taken some time to do family stuff, and maybe we'll do music things again later. Who knows? I don't know. Unfortunately for the two of them, like they were touring, she was part of his band, and they were touring. They were in a relationship for a while, and then rather abruptly and unceremoniously, he told her to leave the band, like after sound check and before the show or something like that. It was apparently pretty crummy. Subsequently, he tried to patch things up, and I think the details are a little sparse, but in general, it's just like, no, we're not going back to that. She went on to do quite a few and wonderful things as a solo performer, and Damien Rice over the years has contributed quite a bit to various socially active causes and that sort of thing. So in any case, we still have the music, and it's still very cool. So so Beth and I will mess around with that some more, and we'll see what we can put together. Yes. So. What else was I going to say? I should mention some things coming up that we should know, that I would like you to know about. But first, I will recap in case anyone has missed it. Oh, and anyways, thanks very much to the folks who are hitting that like button. For the folks who are watching, the folks who have shared this with other folks. Looks like there are some people on the Facebook as well as on the YouTube. I'm always grateful for people who are subscribing and hitting the like button and telling other people about what's happening. Much as Beth does, to share it with people like Jane, to let them know that I'm going to be online, despite the fact that I make it very difficult by not posting any information about the episode until the very last moment. So, I'll come back to that thought shortly. First, I will mention, again, in case anyone missed it, the way we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. People give me song requests, a song suggestion, and I have to respond to that request regardless of whether I know the song. If someone requests a song that I know, I will attempt to play it to the best of my recollection. If someone requests a song that I sort of know, like a bunch of people I know have done it at open mics, or I've heard it on a playlist somewhere, or I used to hear it on the radio 25 years ago, I will attempt to figure out how to play it here in front of everyone. If I do not recognize the requested song at all, I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. I would love to get a live request. I believe, I don't think we've gotten a Stump the Band request from Jane yet. So Jane, if there's something you would like to hear played not well, let me know. But in the meantime, let me talk about a few other things while people get their requests in. One of those things coming up this Friday, I think I mentioned this past week. Coming up this Friday evening, I'm going to be over at Five Maidens Cider on the south side of Bethlehem, over just around the corner from Touchstone Theater at 4th and Polk Streets on south side Bethlehem. That will be a lot of fun. I believe I'm starting at 7-ish. So stopping by and check that out. I would love for some folks to join me there for that. I'll be trying to work some things into the set that I haven't played for a little bit, possibly including Volcano by Damien Rice, since that seemed to go okay. as well as some other things that you may have heard here on the webcast that I haven't done out in person either for a long time or maybe ever. So look forward to that. Hope you're able to join me. I said I was going to return to the fact that the presentations here have been quite slapdash, I think was the word I used in the promo image that I sent out at the very last minute today. So for all of last month, and for the duration of the bathroom project, if you remember that several weeks ago, as well as all of these Duck Duck Beth ones, the effort that has gone into, so I've been, the promo stuff has been coming out at the very last minute. I, at some point along the way, stopped doing the follow-up posts where I post links shortly after the show. Things have been very, very much last-minute, seat-of-the-pants sort of thing. Realistically, that's going to continue for another couple of weeks. But, so I'm trying to set sort of a deadline to sort of get back into a little bit more of a proactive way of approaching it. So I hope to be getting back to the regular run of things by around the end of this month. Because coming up at the end of this month, I'm going to say now, the last Tuesday of October 2022 is going to be the big annual one-person production of Inagata de Vida, which I've been doing every year for the past couple of years. So I'm going to try to make sure that one gets some promotion out a couple of days in advance, as well as at that point I will start to fill in posting the updated thumbnails after the show, posting the links after the show, and also going back and filling in all the stuff for all of these intervening shows, and maybe putting something else, maybe reposting those, say, hey, if you missed it before, here's the thing. But that is the goal. I'm a little bit up to the eyeballs with all the things that are happening right now and that I'm trying to manage, but I'm hopeful that we will get into something a little bit more like the normal Coltrane Tuesdays soon, starting around the end of this month, starting with the big Inagata de Vida production. I have some ideas about how it's going to be different this year. Last year I had, I think, I had 2 acoustic guitars, 1 electric guitar, the bass guitar, and an electronic drum kit all involved in the production. I have some ideas of how I'm going to up the ante a little bit this year. We will see. We will see how that goes. Beth, I'm sorry. So yes. So we'll see how all of this goes. Love last minute. Oh, that's true. We absolutely should mention that Beth, in fact, is going to be playing with the Allentown Symphony this weekend. Beethoven, Rachmaninoff, and Taillefer. Maybe. So yes, definitely check out the Allentown Symphony. If you look up Allentown Symphony online or on the socials, you'll find more information about the things that the Allentown Symphony is doing this weekend. So definitely check those things out. Come join me on Friday at 5 Maidens and check out one of the Allentown Symphony performances. I'm pretty sure they have a show on Saturday, right? Maybe? Possibly? Beth will post more information in the comments about how people can learn about the Allentown Symphony performances this weekend. It is wonderful that Beth is performing with that fine ensemble and cultural institution here in the Lehigh Valley. All right. So we are going to now, so we have a request from Beth for Hooked on a Feeling. Well, this is one, and I'll just throw this out there in case, Jane, if you're still watching, you're not too late. You can throw something in. Hooked on a Feeling. Yep, Saturday evening and also a matinee on Sunday. There you go. So join me on Friday at 5 Maidens and then go see the symphony on Saturday or Sunday. Let's see. I know this is one of those songs where I know very little of the song, but I know just enough of it that is definitely going to lodge in my head and prevent me from coming up with anything else. So the one bit that I remember is, I'm hooked on a feeling. I don't think the key I ended in was the key I started in. Let's see. And yeah, so basically the only part, hooked on a feeling. That's the only part that I know. And we're going to try to build a song around that. Great. That feels like I'm guessing that's probably a chorusy thing. Like there's some sort of a verse, and then it goes into that bit the one bit that I know. Okay. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. That's good enough. But then presumably, wait, I can't fight this feeling? Isn't that a different one? Wait, what are we doing now? I thought the request was for hooked on a feeling. Yes. And then there's also the I can't fight this feeling anymore. The fighting for or something. Maybe that's also a lyric in Hooked on a Feeling? Alright. So that'll work as a chord progression. No, different song. I can't fight this feeling deep inside of me. Oh, maybe it stopped this feeling? Well, yeah. So eventually, when I post follow-up links, there will be links to various songs that have things about feelings. And songs that are about fight this feeling, or hooked on a feeling, or feeling is believing, or whatever. Okay, great. That'll be a nice way to fill things out. So for the chorus, I'm probably not going to sing the same thing every time. I'll be honest. I'm not even going to worry about that. But I do need to come up with some lyrics to start with. What's particularly irritating is, I think probably because the chord progression that happened on here is similar to Sweet Caroline. That's also snippets of that are in my head as well in terms of lyrics. So. But now I know it's going strong. Was it the spring? Spring became summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? I right. So probably some lyrics from Sweet Caroline are going to find their way in anyway, and that's fine. So we're going to say, so if it's hooked on a feeling about the experience of being in love. So I ought to be able to pull some cliches about being in love because there are a lot of songs on that particular subject. Let's see, I'm going to start with... All right. I'm chuckling because I just thought of another Sweet Caroline reference that I can work into it that'll work just fine. See them looking back at me. Reach my hand, it's touching your hand. This is where I want to be. I hooked on a feeling. Got me wanting you, and you got me wanting you. Sitting with you, this is the only place that I would ever want to be. Was it the spring? Spring became a summer when the flowers on the trees. I hooked on a feeling, and you better believe it, that you got me wanting you, that you got me wanting you, you got me wanting you. On a feeling, and you better believe it, that you got me wanting you, that you got me wanting you. I hooked on a feeling, and you better believe it, that you got me wanting you, that you got me wanting you, that you got me wanting you. That was a trifle of a song. There was very little substance, but went down okay. Beth says, this is exactly the kind of wholesome content I expect from the show. Next week we can do I'm Gonna Write You a Love Song because you asked for it. Oh, I'm not gonna write you a love song because you asked for it. You know what? That reminds me of a song that potentially Beth and I might do together by the band We're About 9, which I believe is called Love Songs. The opening lyric is, I mean to write you love songs, but every time I try, our love does something unexpected, and then I have to rewrite. So maybe maybe that's what we'll do. Oh, thank you for the kind words there, Beth. So, yes, I think we're going to leave it there. I'm going to go listen to it and be sad about the audio quality. But thanks to very much to all of you for joining me for this week's Coltrane Tuesdays. Thanks for hitting that like button and for sharing this around. You can share it afterwards and say, hey, Mike did this thing. There was a Damien Rice song, and a song he half remembered that he tried to figure out how to play. I'm always grateful when people let other folks know about that. And of course, I hope that you're able to join me this Friday over at Five Maidens, and that at some point this weekend, you're able to join Beth over at the Symphony Hall over in Allentown to check out the Allentown Symphony. Until then, my name is Mike. I am not for Coltrane. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you next time.